Check, 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 check. Is this working? Not sure if it's working. Hello, hello. Are we there? Are we low? Are we still back? Are we live again? Hello, check, 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 check. Things crashed or something. I don't know. Are we still live? Can you see me? I guess we're back on Twitch, although this thing says unstable. But what about YouTube? YouTube's acting weird. Are we live? If anyone's still there on YouTube, let me know. Hopefully it's just a little hiccup, and then we'll get back into... Then we'll do some gameplay and such. I was in the middle of checking my cameras. I think we're live again, right? Let me close one thing here, and then open another thing here. Tell me if I'm still live. Unified chat. And this chat over here. Check, check, check. 1, 2. How's everyone doing? Pop out chat. Technology's great when it works. So if you're still there, let me know. I think everything's coming back online on my end. It suddenly said lost network connection, and then everything died. So I think we're back live again. I'm just going to go through my cameras because I was going to check all my cameras. So this webcam's a little dark. Let's set that to be a little bit nicer. Configure that. Change the exposure up right here. I think that's better. We'll put that there. Focus is good. So we'll put it as that. And then we'll check the web browser. Check the web browser interface over here. And then we'll put it back. I'm just still trying to bring everything back. Technology is great. No, I lost it. Something happened on my end. I don't know what was happening, but I think everyone's back now. Maybe. So, I think everyone's coming back. Yeah, I'm good so far. Just trying to wrestle with this technology that doesn't behave. So you haven't missed anything yet. Still setting up, making sure everything's all set up properly here. Just clear a few of these notifications. But I think we're all back here. I think I see everyone's messages there. Check, 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 1, 2, and you all see me. I was testing all my webcams still. I was going to jump over to the web browser window. Too many of these gremlins are doing way too many shenanigans. Speaking of which, how many gremlins are there in the world of Magic? There are only 7 gremlin cards ever in the world of Magic. We have Blister Split Gremlin, and Gremlin Infestation, Gremlin Mine, and Artifact. Phyrexian Gremlins with Amy Weber. Ooh, this is so vintage. This has never been reprinted. From way back in Antiquities. We'll look at that one in detail in a moment. Release the Gremlins, Ruinous Gremlin, and Salivating Gremlin. So those are all of the Gremlins there. Welcome back for you as well. Thanks everyone for coming back and sticking it out as the Gremlins were biting the cables of my internet or something. So yeah, we're going to do some Kamigawa. We're going to do some draft and everything. So that's the plan. Okay, so I was just going through my webcams. I don't have any crack-a-pack this week, actually. I don't have any cards that I can open at the moment. You tell me, actually. So I do have a pack of Gatecrash. And I could open this one if people want. I was planning on doing like an opening a video and then as a separate video for YouTube, but I don't know if those are even popular anymore on YouTube. I don't really seem to get good numbers on those cracker packs anymore. So maybe we'll just open this one during the stream at some point. That means I need to probably plug in my card cam right there. Brazen Scourge. Oh, okay, all I did was search for Gremlin named cards. That's a good point. Let's look at that. That was cards named Gremlin. But if we say all of type Gremlin, now we have 10. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Brazen Scourge. And then we get Flenner's Smite. Flenner's Smite? That's a 1/1 Infect with Lifelink. Infect and Lifelink. Wow. And then what else? Territorial Gorger. Basically, Kaladesh brought all of these gremlins to life. And then there was a long time ago, maybe the first gremlin ever was Phyrexian Gremlin, which was on Antiquities. Let's open that one up for a moment. It's opening up very slow. Hopefully my internet's not going to crash again because the gremlins ate the cables. There it is. And then we'll zoom in on the art. Classic Amy Weber art. You can always tell her art because she had that cool logo in the corner, sort of like a little A rune on a little piece of rock. And these gremlins are funny. Classic magic art. Like, you don't know what's going on. And her art is very classic because she always had this like clockwork style to things. What did she do? She did Time Walk. Did she do? Yeah, she did Time Walk. Clockwork Avian, all of these, like the clockwork. Watch this. If we go to Amy Weber's art. Ooh, Anchor of Mishra, she did that one. Astrolabe. Celestial Prism, Blue Scarab, she did the Scarab Cycle in Ice Age. Here we go, Clockwork Steed from good old Homelands. Look at all of this amazing clock-focused art. That's what I remember from Amy Weber's art. And that one was on Homelands. She did Concordant Crossroads. No clockwork, no clocks at all in that. And now apparently... So I had 2 copies of this Chronicles one. I kept one, and I sold the other one when it was like $30. And now it's at $47. All creatures have haste. Yeah, the old mana batteries right there. Ooh, the old mana battery cycles. Blue mana, all of them. Even on Legends on the first printing, it's only $5. 2 and tap. Put a charge counter on this. Tap. Remove any number of charge counters and add blue. Then add an additional blue for each charge counter removed this way. Huh. Add 1 blue and then add an additional blue. Did it always work like that? Tap, add blue to your mana pool. Remove as many counters as you wish for each counter. Huh, I kind of never really thought about this one. Or the batteries, did everyone remember that they worked like that? That it actually gave you at least 1 mana? I never thought about that way. I thought it was always you remove the counters and you get the mana, but apparently you get 1 mana out of it, even if it has no counters on it. So it's a 4 mana. It's a 4 mana rock, and then you put mana into it and you get more mana back, although it's so expensive to put the mana into it. 2 into tap. Yeah, I know that it stores your mana, but what I mean is that I never thought that... I don't know. I never really played with them because apparently they were rare, but it felt to me that you had to first put mana into them and then you can get mana out of them. But apparently, even if you just cast it, you can tap it right away and get 1 mana out of it. Oh wait, what am I doing? Remove any number of charge counters, then add blue. Remove any number of charge counters. Can I remove 0? If I tap it and remove 0 mana counters, I still get 1 blue? Then add an additional blue for each charge counter removed. If I remove 0, then add 0 more blue. That's how I'm reading it now. 25 years later, you pay 4, it comes into the battlefield, you tap it 1 time, you remove 0 counters on it, but you still get 1 blue mana out of it. If it had 1 blue mana, you would remove 2, you would get the 1 blue built in, and then you would remove 1 counter off of it, and you get another blue. So we're spending way too much time on this old ancient card, but... Let's get back to the game. It was all those gremlins getting me distracted. Let's do the oh, and then my because the network crashed or whatever, my friends list is gone. Okay, let me switch. Let me exit the game and restart. So it's still, all those gremlins are still there from my network crash. So let me just restart it right there. As we restart it, we can look over here that we're going to do a crack a pack later of good old gate crash. Isn't this set pretty worthless? Isn't it? Or does it have any of the... Does gate crash have anything? Let's take a quick look. What are we looking for in gate crash? MtG Dawn Glare. What is the big card that everyone wants for gate crash that they gotta have? We have Aurelia, the war leader. We have a breeding pool. Okay, we have Shocklands. Okay, we have Shocklands in gate crash. Forgot about that. So yeah, this is gate crash. There might be a Shockland in here. A dual land. Those have a few bucks. Cryptghast. That's a good one. I've got that one in one of my decks. Legion Loyalist. Blind Obedience. Why does this app think that I want these to be? You were not into gate crash at the time it was out. So we get to open a pack of gate crash together and maybe get a dual land. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Now it opened up. There we go. Anything good in the store today? So how's everyone doing today? That was really cool that you joined us, Gabe, the other day with Stevie and etc. Have you worked on your deck a little bit more to get Nevin Ural out and about onto the game? Oh, and Stevie, did you get any good new cards in your openings? Yeah, it was definitely fun. So be on the lookout when we do more of those. They've bounced around on different days and locations and such, but be on the lookout for some activity on the Discord, and then when the next time we will meet. What you should do is, for your next video, do some recording of the event. Just grab a couple of clips while we're there, and then you got your next video. Did we have an epic battle? Yeah. Gabe was tormenting us with his Nevin Ural. Not Nevin Ural's disc, but they've printed Nevin Ural himself now in one of the recent sets. And he has his own ability where he destroys everything, just like the disc. So that was in his deck. And then zombies and other stuff. You've been deciding whether to add blue to your black deck or maybe try in blue, red, black. Well, if you're going to use that commander, it does need blue. Oops, we got a Baral player over here, eh? Sorry, we had a Baral player over here. So that deck right now, what color was it? Or that deck that you played us all? Okay, Niv Mizzet is coming soon, but if I have this Ecor Wellspring, ready, so this is a pretty cool card I've enjoyed. I've liked it. Underhanded Designs, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may... Uh-oh, these red players wanting to draw cards. Nope. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. And then later, pay 2, sacrifice this, destroy any creature. Activate if you've got 2 artifacts, which I will. And therefore I will be able to destroy their Niv-Mizzet, which is coming next turn. And then I'll hold on to it. So if they perfectly ramp everything, they're about to get their 6th mana, Niv-Mizzet, and then it'll be able to. There's their 6th mana. They're not going to be able to hesitate unless they see, yeah, they're playing black, so they're going to have removal. Nope, they got greedy. All right, so let's give them the old, yay, you did it. But there we go. See, whenever they play Niv-Mizzet, they assume that they're going to draw cards off of it because everything like murder and such costs a card. But whoops, I had an amazing card in my deck, and it killed it without any mana. And I'm free for my evil Lich Lord to run amok. So what do we want to do here? Ooh, yeah, we'll put a Torment of Scarabs on the opponent, sure. Make some treasure as well. Maddening Cacophony. Kick it. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If it was milled instead, each opponent mills half their library. Oh no. Oh no, you're gonna mill half my library. Who cares? I still have half a deck full of amazing stuff to wreck you with, opponent, but that's okay. You do you. Ooh, how about a Massacre Worm? You're not gonna be able to... You're not gonna be able to, like, lightning bolt my Massacre Worm, so... Half my deck got milled, and then the next card up was Massacre Worm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 mana on that. They could resummon Niv-Mizzet at this point. Okay, fine. And then I've got many ways to remove it, of course. Such as a cast down. Actually, that won't work against a legendary. Such as Erebos' Intervention. Anyway, let's go in for an attack. They're not going to block that. Like that. Then we can do a Chainer's whatever. Yes, they draw a card, who cares? But then they get to recast their commander. And then later I've got Erebos' Intervention. That's a good old -X spell. Midnight Clock, okay. Mana Rock. Probably play that one intervention thing again. Teferi Sulit. Okay, they're gonna mill me a little bit on that. Milled 2 lands. Alright. They can still play their thing there. Nope, another Insight. I think they needed to play the Insight first. To my knowledge, they needed to play the Insight first. Anyway, as for myself, do a little attack on that. Hit the opponent a little bit more. Draw a card. Heartless Act. Okay, how much mana do they have? 8, 9, 10. That's 10 mana in total. Okay, well, that's 10 mana for them to resummon their commander. And then they have no way to defend it, so let's see if they go for it. I would not recommend it, opponent. But it's such a good card, I'm sure they would love to resummon it. As they... Tybalt, fine.
boil with anger. Show us you're alive.
Mordenkainen, alright, fine. This is the new one of the new D&D planeswalkers.
Fight with me.
I adore an audience.
Draw 2 cards and put a card from your hand onto your library. They have draw 2 cards and put 1 away. Okay, fine. You get to
Control, one must first.
Oh yeah, okay, they draw a bunch of cards because it's a fairy thing and they toss 1 back. Fine. But they have 1 blocker. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get milled a lot. Who cares? I probably... yeah, I've still got 30 cards. Might take some theater workshops. So we'll be continuing with CIS. Yes, that would be cool. So I need to do 9 damage. How can I do 9 damage? Sanctum. Okay, I can do damage this way. Actually, no, I can. Never mind. Here's game over. I go into my dungeon of damaging the opponent, like this, and then I win. So they have 2 planeswalkers. They have a bunch of mill abilities, and I got a big ol' worm, and other fun stuff. So we got it. Okay, that got the opponent there, so let me do a little shout out over here to recent subscribers or followers. First, a shout out to Eduardo Marin as a recent subscriber to the channel. Much appreciated, very much, thank you. And then another shout out to another recent subscriber, Herc Joy, also subscribed recently to the channel. Much appreciated. At the moment on YouTube, how many subscribers do I have? That is 1,564 subscribers on YouTube at the moment. Very cool. Okay, next game. Trying to earn today's dailies, and then we'll go over to play a little Kamigawa draft. Vorinclex is the opponent, a big old scary green creature. They go first. Obviously, turn 1 Llanowar Elf is what you gotta do. Nope, no turn 1 Elf, okay. Turn 2 Mana Dork. Nope, Scavenging Ooze, okay. Sure, they're gonna play the slow route, that's fine. Torment of Scarabs for them next turn. Ooh, a Lurking Roper. If you gain life, it untaps. That's fine. In the meantime, let's curse them with a Torment of Scarabs. It's going to add up little bit at a time. Or 3 damage at a time. They're going to get bolted every turn. Nothing in the graveyard to eat. Okay, they're going to pump that up. People love that Hydra's growth so much. And holding back with that. Fine. You can do that. I'll play my own cool creature over here. Yeah, we can play some more... We can play some more Kamigawa just to see these all of these new cards. new shrines and enchantments and all that cool stuff. Ninja Turtles and Master Splinters and everyone. Are they gonna... Oh, they didn't do the amazing play about gain life, untap. That's fine. So, as for myself, well, let's bring out a big old 5/5 Death Touch. All in due time. Ooh, Torment. Okay. So the big brain play there is that they simply need to create a... They simply need to drop a land, they'll gain a life, and then they will untap their Roper. That should be pretty easy to do. Okay, fine. That'll do it as well. There we go. Gain life untaps. 4/5. They're going to have their 6th mana next turn. They're going to have their 6th mana next turn. They're probably going to tap out, so if I have my 5/5 here, I think we'll be okay. Shaya. Okay. Sure. Alright, so... Well, we gotta exile Ashaya. Minus damage on something... we'll pass for the moment. So that little landfall critter, whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3. Okay, not good. But I can play a big old Torment of Hailfire, hopefully. Oops, that gets indestructible. Okay, fine. That's gonna be indestructible. Gonna take 7 damage off of that. Alright, there we go. Draw something there. And let's just play a big ol' Torment for 5. So they have to sacrifice that one permanent and then their hand and then take a bunch of damage, and now they only have their Vorinclex. 5 times 3 is 18 damage. Uh-oh, you're on your final 3 points of damage, and then you gotta... And there we go. So, I guess that's it, opponent. Such a choice of damnations, which is actually a name of a magic card. Because it's either sacrifice your stuff or take damage. Choice of damnations, 6 mana. Target opponent chooses a number. You may have that player lose that much life. If you don't, that player sacrifices all but that many permanents. Target player chooses a number. Okay, so they're gonna say 99. You may have that player lose that much life, or they sacrifice 99 things. No, if you don't, that player sacrifices all but that many permanents. All but that many. If they chose 99, they have to sacrifice everything except for 99 permanents. So if they choose 7, let's say let's say they choose 2. Target opponent choose a number. They choose 2. You may have that player lose that much life. Okay, I don't want them to lose 2 life. If you don't, that player sacrifices everything except that many permanents. So they only get to keep 2 permanents. So it really is a choice of damnations. For 6 mana, there's like no number they're going to be able to pick properly. So with the current ruling, current text, target opponent chooses a number. You may have that player lose that much life. If you don't, that player sacrifices. Oh, it's the exact same wording as before. They never changed it. But yeah, so is there any way to play to come out unscathed out of that out of that out of that scenario? What number would they have to pick to survive? Because if they say, I want to keep all 20 of my permanents, well, they will say 20. Okay, great, you got 20 damage. Well, yeah, counter spell, of course. But if they pick 20, I want to keep my 20 permanents, you say, okay, fine, take 20 damage, which may or may not kill them, depending on what format you're playing and such. So if they say 15, I want to keep my 15 permanents. Okay, you take 15 damage. There's probably no real good play on that. After the opponent chooses a number, this controller may choose to make that opponent either lose that much life or make the opponent sacrifice permanent. So after it's not until they choose the number. So the number has to be said first. If the opponent must sacrifice all but the number of permanents, that opponent chooses that many permanents and then sacrifices the rest. If the number chosen is greater than the number of permanents, if the number chosen is greater than the number of permanents the opponent controls, the player sacrifices nothing. Huh? So if I say 99, if the number is greater than the number of permanents, okay, I'm going to say 99. I only have 10 permanents. I sacrifice nothing. That doesn't make sense. If the number chosen is greater than the number of permanents the opponent controls, the player sacrifices nothing. That doesn't make sense, does it? Because I can just say 99. I don't have 99 permanents. But I guess after you choose the number, that's when I say, okay, take 99 damage. So there's no way that they can say 99 and then I choose, I guess if they say 99 and I choose, okay, sacrifice that number of permanents, then nothing happens. It's so weird. Even though the card's not that old, 2005, it still kind of feels like one of those older cards that the wording is all interesting. Anyway, that was not the exact same thing I did to the opponent right here, but I did say here was my choice for them. Repeat the following X times. X was 5. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. They only had 1 permanent on the battlefield. They had 1 card in hand. So they chose to take damage down to until they had 3 life left. So okay, I gotta sacrifice my final permanent, but I get to keep my card in my hand. Whoops, I have no blockers, and I attack with a 5/5. So that was their choice. All right, we got these rewards here. We'll play a little bit more. Cast 40 creatures. Okay, let me play a creature-heavy deck. This one doesn't have a lot of... Yep, the Torment of Hailfire wins so many times. So what's my deck with more creatures? My cat deck? Oh, Rutstein. I think Rutstein's got an okay number of creatures. Oh, actually, this mono green deck. There's a brand new Death Touch creature that was just printed. So yet another Death Touch creature to add to this mono blue deck. It was called Fang something. Fang of Shigeki. So another 1 mana 1/1 Death Touch. Enchantment, creature, snake, ninja. So we'll add another poison creature to our deck, and then that means we gotta remove something, a little something. Finale of Devastation. This never does anything. Some of these like big creatures. Oh, Death Touch. Do I have all the good Death Touch creatures in the deck already? What about not collected? Nope, I've got everything. What's this one? Oh, here's that Ninja Turtle. Kappa Tech Wrecker. 2 mana, 1/3. Creature Turtle Ninja. Enters the battlefield with a death counter on it. Okay, so it's a 2 mana death touch creature with ninjutsu. Yeah, it's been a little while, right? Let's play it a little bit. This is a death touch creature, but with a counter. 2 mana death touch creature. Okay, let's put one more death touch creature in here. And then we've got to remove what? That Cobra, because you have to pay more to make it death touch. Okay, so we'll do that. So here's the creature heavy deck. And this is the deck that when people realize what's going on, they rage quit. So we'll play it a little bit. I'm just trying to get today's rewards, which is play, I think it's at 40 creatures. The Turtle Ninja, exactly. Exactly. They officially Magic names their things in a specific way. Turtle Ninja, because it goes race and class, just like Dungeons and Dragons. So a human warrior, right? The race of human, and then the warrior class. The race of cat soldier, like Oresco's Swift Claw is a cat soldier, I believe. So it's cat soldier. And then if we had we have some big old scary dragon. Oh, I think it's Ebon Death. It's a dragon zombie. So Turtle Ninja is that it is a turtle, and then its job is a ninja. So race and class. So type and job. Okay. No turn 1 death touch. There we go. Turn 1 death touch creature. Sorry, Sky March. You get to go back. And we're going to start off with this brand new ninja snake guy thing. Their own turn 1 play. Shadow Spear, who cares? Okay, so we bring our own Poison Master. Finn. Got 2 poison counters, opponent. And then I've got Devouring Tendrils and Rain Through to remove any blocker. Such as Jolrael. Whoops. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power when the permanent you don't control dies. Right, so two more poison counters. Actually, 4 more. Next turn you're dead unless you have a blocker. I have blocker removal, so oops, there we go. Yeah, I'm telling you, when people realize this deck, it's so oppressive. Because you only need 10 poison counters, and Finn gives you double poison counters per damage. So it can go pretty fast. And with 2 more poison critters that I added to the deck, there's more chance for me to have the early poison creature. And especially if I go first. And I've got these really big creatures in there. Probably I don't need them that big. Yeah, it's quite evil. There we go. Turn 1 death touch creature. We're playing Kenrith. That one's always annoying. It's a 5-color pile. So basically every color, every good card. This Ruin, this Vanquisher isn't that good. Yeah, I need to redo this deck. I look at some of these cards and I think, why are these in the deck? Okay, turn 3. I'm much more aggro in the deck than any of these. Like this Verdant Rebirth would save. Okay, well, Uh-oh, there's a lightning bolt or something. Or unsummon or something. As Danhausen would say, very nice, very evil. So they have something in hand. It's pausing for a priority. Hopefully it's just a... Nope, they're looking at it to do some removal. They have lightning bolt probably, or shock or something. Maybe an unsummon. Or maybe an opt or something. Single mana of any color. Yeah, the opponent's just stuck on priority. Let me read my card properly here. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the owner's hand. Huh. And then I draw a card. So that's not amazing, but okay. And then now the opponent probably realizes that they're going to die very, very soon, so now they're getting salty and they're roping. Nope, there it goes. One more poison. Okay. If they play their next land, they have 5 mana for their commander, and then they think, well, I've got a blocker at least. Yeah, even if you've got a blocker, one of my creatures will get through, and then that's 8 poison. Nope, they're going to do Glorious Protector. When this enters, you may exile any number of non-angels until this leaves the battlefield. Okay, that's fine. They're going to exile Finn. But actually, I can just instantly right now fight back. Let's do that. Now there's no... And then they're done, because their amazing plan to exile my poison commander didn't work. So that's this deck. It's not gaining me the gold fast enough, so I'm going to switch it because, again, people quit and such. But let me switch decks. I'm going to switch to my cat deck because that one's more creature-focused. I want to get those rewards, so then we can go on to the... to the draft. Yeah, that instant was really nice because it paused for them. It paused for my response. Okay, I'm going to exile your creature, but you have to always pause for responses. And then so I instantly was able to poison touch them and then saved my creature. All right, Grand Warlord Rada. Sure, got a couple of cats here. They go first. Dealing with Gruel colors. Paused for priority on a single green. Probably Snakeskin Veil or the new one. That gives their creature elbow cough. It gives their creatures... Okay, now it's pausing for with red. What do I want to lose? Well, I can just resummon the Pouncer, so if they torch my cat and just come back... I see it on my control panel. I see it as elbow cough, but I also see it as the little dabber. See, there's go fire processing. Oops, that one gets exiled, I guess. Yes, these are the new Kamigawa lands. They're in the new style of like classic Japanese painting, because you know it's a Japanese-inspired magic plane, so it's kind of classic magic or Japanese-inspired lands. How's about an adorned Pouncer? Next turn, Ajani. Yep, so they have, in Japanese, that is mori, which of course means forest. And then over here it's mountain. I don't remember how to say that one, but that means mountain up on top. And that one means forest. So you see it's like 3 little trees. Forest. Mori. And this one is mountain. Oh, Yama. That's what it is. It's Yama. So Yama is mountain. So it's a mountain peak. Yama and Mori. So Moriyama, someone's last name, Moriyama, would be mountain forest. Okay, so we can bring out one of my two Ajani's. Let's bring out... Well, actually, let's bring out this creature. Then if they attack with that 2/2, I can take Vengeance. Oh, it's a sorcery, never mind. I always forget that one's a sorcery. That one's got haste. Their ranger class is not online at the moment, so the ranger class doesn't do anything. Although that does give them 1 green mana here, so I think they still have 1. It gives them 2 mana, so whatever. They have double green mana. Destiny Spinner. All creatures get a plus. They get another plus, another Magecraft. Amazing. Double Magecraft. Catcraft. Next turn, I can summon my zombie cat. Yeah, definitely. It's influenced by that style of scrolls and painting and the like. I think the mountain looks really good. I don't see any mountain at all, but it looks really nice. Red land. I remember mountain in Celtic is Schlierbach. I'm saying it very wrong, but something like that. And as for this, let's bring in my zombie cat. Four double strike. So here's a fun fact, Mark. I don't know if you know this. So obviously it's Celtic, right? That's the correct pronunciation. In the US, we have a basketball team known as the Celtics. And yes, it is spelled exactly the same, but it is with the S pronunciation. It is the... Where do they play at? The Boston... Yeah, it's the Boston Celtics. So yeah, we have the Celtics.
Be steadfast in all your ways. With me.
When evil arises, I will be there to confront it.
Double Johnny's.
Friendship
Wow.
soothes the soul.
Okay. Got it. Everything's got vigilance. And that's a double strike. Forest is for you. Oh no. Well, they had to use 2. They had to use 2. Don't tell me they miscalculated. That only does 4 damage, sir. Yep, they miscalculated. Yeah, and I'm gonna first strike anyway, so I think they're gonna think, oh well, I weakened you down to a 5/1. Your big old scary attacker will. Well, actually, yeah, they can attack with their 4/5, and that'll become a 5/6. Okay, so they're gonna duplicate. Fine, you're gonna duplicate your stupid. Actually, why do you have a cat on in your deck? That should be on my deck. Okay, so that's worthless. And then I'll block this over here, and that's no problem there. And that's a 3/3 over here. I don't know if you should have attacked with all of that opponent. Actually, they have 1 red mana open. I'm sure they won't have anything. Yeah, they have nothing. So that was a really cool attack, opponent. You kind of lost everything. And now you're completely defenseless. But it did pause, and then there we go. Yeah, so Well, cats. We had a big old scary... Oh, I just noticed that this feral pouncer apparently has someone's foot in its jaw. Never really noticed that in the art. Let's zoom in here. Someone's foot. It's not even that it's a boot, it's an actual foot with blood there. There's no blood on its mouth, so he didn't do it, don't worry. And then this little cat cleric. Leonin lightsaber. And then, of course, my little zombie adorned pouncer. Double striking scary cat. And then we have a Johnny that gives everything vigilance and gains you life and puts +1 counters. We've got the Ajani that gains you life. Makes a pride mate. And then if you've got 15 more life, then your starting life total, exile everything of your opponent. So I need to be at 40 life in order for that to work. But yep, double Ajani. I think we've got one more Ajani on Arena. We might have 3, maybe 4 in total. From Kaladesh. I'm curious, let me just take a quick look. I don't think I'll add it to the deck at the moment, but I think we've got... Recently, Ajani's been going mono white, and I think he's a little bit stronger with green and white. So let's look up Ajani. And show me planeswalkers and not collected. Oh yeah, so there, Ajani. When I got back into Magic in 2017, at the local, it's pretty adorable until it slashes you up. When I got back into Magic, there was a local shop where my parents live called something like, oh, I remember, it was Arcane Nova, and I bought there and I got back into Magic, and the guy was like, yeah, welcome back to Magic and stuff, and like, thanks for coming, and like, here's a mystery booster or whatever. And Ajani Unyielding was in it. And again, I got back into Magic, and I didn't understand what are planeswalkers, what are these cards with these 3 abilities. Back in my day, we didn't have that kind of card. So I have a soft spot for Ajani Unyielding. 6 mana, 4 loyalty, +2. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all non-land permanents revealed this way into your hand, and the rest into the bottom. So just grab everything except the land off of those 3. -2. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power, so it's got a built-in short Swords of Plowshares. Exile any creature, including indestructible. And then -9. Put 5 +1 counters on each of your creatures, and 5 loyalty counters on each other planeswalker you control. So it's kind of fun, actually. Maybe I will put it in the deck. How many? I guess I can afford it. Yeah, let's put that one in there. Let's craft that one and play with that Johnny that I haven't played with in a while, for old time's sake. But what do I remove? I guess Collected Company, even though it's very good, of course. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creatures with mana value of 3 or less from them directly to the battlefield. I do have a lot of small creatures, but it's not really about the small creatures. It's about them adding up. So I don't know. Should I keep Coco in the deck? People love it, of course. Let's see what else. Smothering Tithe. Maybe Heraldic Banner. It's a mana rock and it gives creatures +1. Yeah, I guess that Heraldic Banner, because I have enough mana artifacts. All right, let's play this deck a little bit more. I think I'm close to today's rewards. Then I'll take a break. I've got some snack chat, a couple of snack chat things to do, an actual not a beverage this time. We have a cracker pack, and then we have the draft. So that's all coming up right after I get today's dailies, take a little break, and then continue. Okay, this will be difficult, especially if they go first. This is a very good deck. Nope, they go first. Okay, well, I need to make sure I've got removal. I can't play aggressively. That is a good deck they have. Nicol Bolas Ravager is red, blue, and black. So they're going to have counter spells and removal. Control and disruption until they summon their amazing creature, which then makes me discard, and then when it flips, it does very good stuff. So I need to seal away. That's removal. Hopefully it will... They're going to summon their commander first, in theory, so hopefully they'll attack with it, and then I can seal it away. And I have another removal there. Okay. Good card draws so far. 2 mana rock. Yep. Okay, so next turn they're summoning it already. So yeah, that's what I'm saying about that being a very good deck. They're about to summon their commander already. It's a very good commander, but I've got removal for it, so we'll be okay. Plus we've got a cat. So I'm going to have to discard a Johnny. Fine. There we go. Exile that. Now they might go directly into... Yeah, let's just get rid of it right away. You get to summon that again. They might have gotten very salty that I removed their super powerful commander so quickly. Oh well. As for myself, Territorial Scythe Cat, or is it Scythe or Scythe? Oops, I just got cursed with something. Anyway, that's the card that Geo used on me during our game last time, actually. I don't know what it did then, and I don't know what it does now. Let's read it again. Enchanted player. Creatures attacking enchanted player have trample. Whenever a creature deals damage to a player, that player exiles the top card. Okay, so they steal my cards. That assumes, though, that they've attacked me. Okay, so there we go. Get to discard something else, such as a land. That's fine. Guardian Project. Okay, well, 3, 4, 5 mana in total. They'll probably transform. They probably have enough mana to transform, although they'll probably get greedy, and if they get greedy and attack, then I can seal it away and I'm okay for one more turn. If they decide to transform right away, then I'm in trouble. I missed a land drop, so if I had a land drop, then my cat would have been able to battle Nicol Bolas. 3, 4, 5 mana in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I needed 6 mana for this to happen, so we'll pass. It's very suspicious passing with so much open white mana, but we'll see what they do. Plus they have all their blue mana open, so they can counter my seal away. Kiari the Swat. The Swirling Sky. What is this? This is a big old 6/6, one of the new 6/6 dragons. Flying Ward 3, when this dies, do something. Okay, fine. Missed another land drop. Ooh, but I have an aerial assault. Okay. Well, we gotta set up for some card draw, so we'll play that. They've been getting each one of their... there's an Atali. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about the... that deck is just every good card, and there's no way that they're not going to get just every good card, so I knew right away with that kind of deck, it's always a challenge, so let's move on. It's my poor cats can't quite handle it. So after we play a little bit more, I'm just trying to get today's rewards, then we'll go with draft so we can see more of the new cards. There's a whole new set of cards to check out. Is it just me, or have they been going first way more than me? Your friend in Denmark just messaged you saying his island has been evacuated because of the Russian warship. Wow. But what does that even mean? That's Denmark. What is Russia messing around with that island in a completely different nation? Wow. Well, you know, to be honest, it's a really, really bad topic to talk about. It's a big topic to talk about. I don't want to talk about that world conflict at the moment, if we may. But, yeah, let's play some Magic. So the opponent is Chatterfang. Oops, Veragoth. Can I deal with Veragoth? He is very goth. Yeah, I think I can. Let's bring out a little kitty over here. We can double block together. And, together, two cats can team up to take down one. What is he? He's a demon rogue. Well, at least they're gonna go boast for the one. They're gonna go tutor at least once. Hopefully they don't have giant growth or something, which I think they do, because I think it was pausing for priority. So I don't think my cats are gonna make it. Yeah, there we go. We'll get him next time. And they tutored at least once. Skeletal swarming, that makes skeletons somehow. Makes free skeletons every turn. Okay. That's annoying, so we gotta get rid of it. Each skeleton you control, whatever. At the beginning of your end step, create a +1 skeleton. If a creature died this turn, create 2. Yeah, so they get free skeletons every turn. Now, epic fail opponent. How does a skeleton like a squirrel? Your deck is a squirrel deck. Pitiless Plunderer. When another creature you control dies, it's that classic, it's that classic synergy of a sack outlet type of creature. At least I got a lot of mana. And the mummy cat. The one that makes skeletons. Don't praise the opponent. No, it's a cool card, yeah. Skeletal swarming, 5 mana. Uh-oh, binding, whatever. What are they destroying? Don't tell me you're going to destroy my poor... Okay, fine. You're going to bring back your Veragoth. Fine. Three mana. Get greedy, get greedy. Come on, summon. Yes, you got greedy. Okay, perfect. They have all of their eggs in one basket. Okay, Mark, help me out. Should we Shatter the Sky, or should we Wrath of God? Should we go with the classic, or should we go for the young upstart? Or everyone, Gabe, Stevie, everyone, which one should we do? Shatter the Sky, it's also 4 mana. Wrath of God, it's also 4 mana. It's either of your choices. They both do the same thing. Destroy all creatures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So Shatter or Wrath. The class it just needs the classic Quentin Hoover art, the one with the goblin in a thong art. True story. I'll look it up for all of you right now, for you youngsters that you don't recognize the card. But I will do a Wrath and then attack with my 2/2. Destroy all creatures. Fine, let's just go for Shatter. There we go. And then we will awaken the idol. The art on the original Guardian idol is pretty fun. Remind me to look that one up in a moment. They're definitely that kind of a deck that they're definitely that kind of a deck that has discard synergies and the like. Harmonize. That card was a mistake. 4 mana to draw 2 cards in green. Gaia's Blessing is not as good as you think, because you get to shuffle all of those things back into your library, and out of 100 cards, good luck finding it again. He was pausing with a bunch of mana open. Yep, it's still pausing. Hopefully... Oops. Oh, Assassin's Trophy. Okay, fine. That gets me an untapped mana. I can live with that. Alright, so we're down to our final strategies here. They're top decking. They're top decking, but now I've got my double striker and my big old 3/6 cat. It's so big and fluffy, but it still meows like a kitten. Ah, man. Fine. So that's the opposite of the... Alright, I can block that and then it'll... I guess it's unblockable for some reason. Yeah, let's just mess with them this way. They'll just have to keep spending mana to resummon things. So I'll attack with that, and then cast Collected Company and instant speed. Get a bunch of free cats. Not really free, but we'll see how we can collect the company. There we go. Chatterfang comes back. Yeah, they just have they're gonna keep bringing it back very easily. Bloodcray Socialite. Yeah, this opponent doesn't know how to play proper commander. Just tossing everything into the deck. That's clearly not a squirrel, but they put it in the deck. Don't you know that if you strike me down, I will become stronger than ever? Fine. You didn't read the card, but okay. And then now, Collected Company. Come on, give me some good stuff. One thing, wow. 4 mana for a 2/2, amazing. Okay, well... Two cards in hand. I have 2 blockers to block. Hopefully they didn't top deck anything good. They have the blood token that they looked at, so they'll probably sacrifice... Yeah, there they go. Draw a card off of that. Drop... that Pelaka Predation would have been good. And then a Sphere. Wow. So... okay. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. Oh, they just can easily recast it. They have a lot. Oops, actually, they're leaving it there. They obviously have Naturalize or something. Unless that was a misplay. I guess they're expecting to get a Naturalize at some point, or a Disenchant. Yeah, there it is. Interested. Okay, I'll take that. Draws me a card. We have 1 card in hand, which is another non-squirrel card. Let's see, do I have enough mana for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've got enough mana. So let's bring in this cat. Make my cats big. Bringing the big daddy cat. Make my cats even bigger.
I will teach you humility, if I must. We were not destined to fight.
Okay. 1 squirrel versus 4 cats. Big old Turnbiosis. That's something about... That's also like Collected Company. Okay, fine. They get a 6/6 Gargaroth. That's nice. Here's a close match. Oh, that's unblockable. Okay, fine. You're gonna have 1 less blocker. That was a misplay.
Regroup.
Let's do a who cares on that. Are you sure you wanted to do that? Because I can just easily recast it and just give pluses to all my creatures again. Thusly. Yeah, it's pretty close so far. They have a big old scary 6/6.
But we could be much greater together.
They've got to block this. They've got to block this. This is game over for them, I think, because even if they block my 5/6, then 12 damage gets through. So there's no way for them to get life off of that. Oh, no, there it is. Gain 3 life. Whoops. Fine. Top deck that.
A familiar taste, but one that grows no sweeter.
And it has Forest Walk, so that's why it's getting through, and now I'm just getting lands. Ugh.
Honor and courage.
Hopefully,
If I have to light the way,
hopefully they start getting stuff and they stop getting stuff. That's gonna create more tokens.
I will return, and with more by my side. Mana removal spell. Unstable Obelisk is a Unstable Obelisk is a is a mana rock, but then it's also a removal spell. Okay, this will be cool. This little lion can just hold. Actually, it's got Forest Walk, so I'm gonna get damaged off of that. And then this alchemy card, of course, this alchemy card is just going to wreck the game, of course. And then Toski, okay, that's game over. The only real squirrel in the deck. Congratulations, opponent. Alright, so let's look at a quick thing over here, then I'm going to take a break. I was going to show over here that the current art for Guardian Idol looks like this cute little artifact creature that comes to life. The original art was this really tough looking warrior with this armor and this skull face and a huge sword. So which do y'all like better? The classic swole Guardian Idol or the modern smole Guardian Idol? So here's the current art. This is by Igor Kyrliuk, and the original art was by Edward Beer Jr., ooh, classic magic artist, actually. So I'd always just seen this one, because I saw it first with Iconic Masters. So originally printed in 5th Dawn, 2004, and then Iconic Masters in 2017. That's interesting. So they hadn't printed this little guy for a long time. Over 10 years. And then they reprinted it in 2017. They're both pretty cool. I like the blue tones on this one. This was from 5th Dawn, so back on Mirrodin Plain and such. This one's kind of slightly a little boring color palette. I like the design of it, but this, I think it could have been closer. This is, again, with my usual critique of modern magic art. It could easily be closer. Look at how even just a little closer, the camera's a little closer to the character to see more details. For whatever reason, this one's showing from the knees up. Don't really need to see that. Don't really need to see this circular motif behind it. You can't tell if those are rocks or whatever. This would have been better if it was more close up again from like the crotch up or somewhere, because you want to get the sense of it on the it went on a diet and rusted. Yeah. So that was one little art that I wanted to show there before the break. And one more thing, classic Wrath of God. So for all you youngsters that didn't play Magic back in the 90s, this was the original art for Wrath of God. Quentin Hoover, amazing artist. And if you look carefully, such a big battle with everyone getting so defeated and God just wrathing out and everyone there's just totally destroyed. And then if you look on the bottom right corner, you will never unsee it again. There's a goblin with a thong in the corner right there. While all the other death and destruction is happening, now your eye will only be drawn to that part. Even the guy bloody on the center of the composition and the face of God up there, your eye will just keep being drawn right there to that, now that you know that that's there. And Hoover did that on a couple of his arts. Goblin in a Thong. He also did it for... What else did he do it for? He did it for a Fallen Empires card. Oh, we'll just go here. Artist Hoover and set Fallen Empires. Right here. Raiding Party. So here's another one here. Same sort of idea. There's another amazing Quentin Hoover battle scene. Goblins coming at you. That just like the amazing magicness of that one's body just being destroyed by the magic. And then this guy over here with his little thong on the side over there. Mind Stab Thrall. Well, that wasn't Quentin Hoover. I believe that was Kaya Folio, and it's completely naked. But yes, we can look at that one too. Mind Stab Thrall art version 4 or something. Mind Stab. Am I thinking of the same one? I think you're thinking of Basil Thrall. Right? Basil Thrall. Yep, that's the one we're thinking of, aren't we? And nope, there's no thong there. It is just the contortionist with thrall with no clothing. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of thrall booty right there. And if you try to make a sense of where are these arms and legs and everything, there's a leg that's going backwards, and then the other thing that looks like an arm is actually a leg. And then there's an arm that's going back that looks like a leg, but it's an arm. And then it's an arm that's an arm. So it's a completely twisted up design. And then some sort of cute little Tin Man hat. Crazy eyes, drooling, earring. Oh, those thralls. So before they had like a real... And then compared to this, the S&M bondage thrall with classic Christopher Rush art. I don't doubt that's the exact same green background that he painted for Black Lotus, or that sort of, all of that. It's got goat eyes with slightly oblong pupils. And then, is that hair? I always thought of it as like hair. So the art reminds you of Gantz. I heard about it. I never saw it, but I heard it was... It's a popular one about like paranormal things, right? And realities, being stuck in other realities. And then we also had from the same set, and then the Richard Kane Ferguson Thrall. This one's so amazing. I would love to have, if I ever had any original magic art, I would love to have Richard Kane Ferguson original art. This is some of the best ever. Dakon, like the original Dakon Blackblade art. But this is so cool. Every time I look at this, I see even more from it, because now I see like a guy hanging out over here on the right side. I never quite noticed it. Maybe I did subconsciously, but yeah, there's a guy here on the right looking really cool. And then this weird thrall here in the light falling on it, and just these pools of color. It's so good. And we had husband and wife duo, Kaya Folio, and the husband Phil Folio, and his is way more cartoony over here. So this one doesn't seem to be having too bad of a time on the right over here. So back when the styles were just not defined, they said, okay, everyone draw some thralls. And you saw there 3 different thralls. Even on this one, it's 3 different thralls out of the other 4 arts. Out of the 4 other arts of what everyone did, they did their own thing. And here in Phil's art, it's 3 different thralls. A cyclopean one and a purple one. That looks fluffy, I guess. And then a green one. Oh, those basil thralls. 2 mana, you get a 1/2, sacrifice it, and then they give you back black mana. Yeah. Well, let's take a little break. I'm gonna take a little break. We'll be back. We'll do snack chat, then we'll do the draft. Yeah, because it's taking. I'm only at 25 out of 40. Wow, that was a long game. If I go back here, I'm still only at 25 out of 40. I'm sure I can win the gold once I get into the draft. I've already been streaming an hour and a half. I haven't started the draft yet. So I'm going to take a little break, do a quick snack chat, then we'll start the draft. Be right back. All right, everyone, we're back. Short break, and we'll do the snack chat and then get into a draft. So I have these that I saw at the store. It is overexposed, but it says fruit leather buttons. So it's like dried fruit. And we have mango flavor and strawberry mango. So mango and strawberry mango. I'm gonna go first with strawberry mango. Let's see how that is. So strawberry mango, organic, flavored with other natural flavors, gluten-free, etc. Does it have a cool story at the back? No. Product of Mexico. Let's open this up. I thought these would be small. When I think about buttons, I don't know why I thought of them as like small, but they are this large. It smells really nice. They look like something else that might unfold out of my wallet like this. Yep, always be prepared. And just peel them off. Just peel them off. They look like pepperoni. That's yeah. They look like pepperonis, and they're way thinner than I thought. This is like tiny. A hair's. This is a hair's breadth of thickness. I was not expecting that. I thought they would be smaller, number one, and then I thought they'd be thicker, number two. I feels like I have to put all of them at once for like one bite, but we'll try one. I think I mostly taste the mango flavor, that nice mango classic flavor. My on my mother's side of the family, they have a farm in Mexico. And I always remember visiting there young, and they had mango trees all over the place. So I have a strong memory of mango flavor visiting my mother's farm. And so it's got the mango flavor. It's all right. Doesn't stand out. I've been recently just getting plain old dried mango, and I feel that tastes a little better. I think because it has to be processed into some. I don't know if you can't really see through it if I put it up to the light source. If I put it up to the light source, it does. Oh, it does. It's very thin, very translucent. It tastes good. It's a fun snack. It's kind of chewy. Kind of gets stuck in my teeth a little bit. I feel it's just enough removed from real fruit that I feel it's. I would just get like dried mango strips rather than this sort of processed. And they're adding the extra flavor of strawberry, supposedly. I don't know if I really taste a lot of strawberry. Strawberry mango. Candy pepperonis. I don't know. I'll give it 3 out of 5 basil thralls. Nah, we'll say 2.5 out of 5. Not that amazing. I would just get like regular real mango if I wanted real mango. Thank you. Oh, it's they're not fruit roll. They're kind of like fruit roll-ups, but they're circles instead of the full strip. So that's the snack chat. I'm having these strawberry. I mean these fruit leather buttons. So they're circular instead of like a strip, like fruit roll-ups. Although each little one could be like a mini roll-up. And I really am tempted here, so I'm gonna put all 4 of these at once. And then now we've got some thickness to that, like a bunch of pepperonis at once. So it's good, but I just feel I might as well get real dried mango slices than these processed ones. They don't taste processed, but they look processed, and I just go for the real thing. So 2.5 basil thralls. Let's play some draft. Where do we have it? Kamigawa. I'm just gonna check all the modes. They did a revamp on this interface, but I still don't feel it's as user friendly as it could be. Okay, so we have sealed. We already did a sealed. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago we did sealed. So now we'll do the full draft. So we have Premier Draft, Traditional, Premier Draft, Traditional Draft, Traditional Neo, Sealed. Okay, so those are the two sealed right there. Then we have Premier and Traditional. Okay, Traditional is best of 3. I don't know why they don't use real words. And then this one is best of 1. So we'll do the best of 3 with sideboards. Best of 3 sideboard. Where's it at? Traditional Draft Neon Dynasty. Best of 3. Yep, we'll go that way. I have 5 player draft tokens. Okay, we'll spend that. Yeah, we'll spend regular money. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a best of 3 Neon Dentistry draft. We got our table almost all filled up. One of the many little nitpicky things that I've been nitpicking for months now is that they've removed being able to view who else is on your pod. That cool little screen we could look at where everyone's little icon was at and their name, they removed that. Such a minor thing that they would have spent time to remove it. If they already programmed it in, why would they remove it? It's just an aspect to kind of show we're playing with real people. It just feels so impersonal when they remove that. Here we go. Let's get ready. We also don't even see their names here. So I think they're trying to say that as like this is a way to not cheat or whatever. Okay, so I might not look a lot at the chat for the moment. Apologies, because I gotta focus on the cards, but thank you, everyone. If you are wishing me luck and such, you're craving mango now, like a smoothie. Yeah, a smoothie, a mango smoothie sounds really good, actually. Or just a plain old mango itself. I've been getting dried mango recently. Really good. I've been getting several different dried fruits. Come on, opponent. Click on that. You got 10 seconds. Click on it. One person and the draft is going to fail. Wow. They should just auto populate the game. If you picked it, you picked it. If you lose your spot in it, then it's up on you. Okay, come on everyone. Click OK this time. And no, it's not the person losing their internet connection. It's that they're paying attention elsewhere to their hamburger or something. There we go. Ready. Alright, so first we got one of the best cards ever, Kyodai. All of these dragons are amazing. It's a 3/3 with flash for 4 mana. When it enters, something gains indestructible. Actually, that's not one of the best ones. The other ones are a little bit better. But what else is here? All of these sagas are good. Draw the discard, and then you get a 2/3. So 2 mana to get more card draw, and then eventually a flyer. We have ninjutsu. All of the ninja ninjutsu cards are good. This one's only 2 mana, so that's good. What else? In red, single mana, 2 damage. There's a little shock. There's also the Master's Rebuke. It's got a bite effect. Okay, we'll go for the dragon for the moment. Although it's not one of the best dragons, although a 3/3 flyer with flash. A 4 mana 3/3 flash flyer, yeah, it's good. It's not going to do anything with its Wooburg ability, but it'll be a big old flyer. And then 2/2 with haste. 2/1 with menace. A big old 6/5. Twisted Embrace. When this comes in, you destroy a creature and you... Okay, that's some removal right there. You remove a creature and you make your creature stronger. Plus another saga. So 4 mana removal plus. Plus you strengthen your creature. Okay, I would take that. The sagas are always pretty good. 2/2 with menace. If I'm going for the vehicle deck, we'll pick a few different things for the moment. Reinforced Ronin might be good. Yeah, I think it's good because it's also one of those channel cards with an alternate casting cost. It's still pretty wide open to see where we go. Orochi Merge Keeper, 2 mana 1/1. Okay, here's a mana rock creature, a mana dork creature. Roaring Earth, 2 mana enchanted creature. It's based on vehicles, or you make spirits. Interceptor's Arrest. Okay, so here's one of these removal cards. I'm gonna look at some of the removal first. So that's a Luminous Bonds removal. There's another removal. Their target opponent exiles a creature. They have to choose, however. We'll go with that pacifism effect for the moment. Black-white. Still open-ended. Haven't really picked any good things yet. Yeah, everything. It's this style. Like here's Star Fox. It's in this style of ancient Japan and everything. Target creature gets -2. It gets a -2 if for each modified creature you control. So it's going to do at least -2 for 2 mana, but if I have modified creatures, it does more damage. Seismic Wave, 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to each non-creature. So, oops, there's a little cat. He wants attention, but I need to... Sorry, kitty, I can't yet. Just a moment. When I need to get my cards first. We'll pick a removal card. Maybe I'm going to do this time a little bit more of a focus on removal cards than creatures just yet. In previous drafts, I often go with creatures and then removal, but then all the removal is taken, so... Yeah, that one's going to do stuff. There's going to be a lot of enchantment creatures. Exile an enchantment. Or a big creature. It's not removal, but that's an Icy Manipulator on a card. Plus it's a flyer for only 1 mana. So no one took that reinforced Ronin. Maybe it's probably good, but didn't. The cat's trying to get out of the room. I can't let him out because in the other room I've got a computer set up. I'm upgrading my mom's laptop. Her laptop has a regular hard drive, and it's so slow. So I bought her an SSD style hard drive, which is way faster. But I need to copy all her data from the old one to the new one, and I've had it running already for a while, and it's not finished yet. And at one point, of course, when I wasn't looking, the cat jumped up there and wanted to check things out, and I can't have the cat destroy the the progress because he is very frisky and he's going to want to go check on what are these computers on the table for. What are all of these tasty cables that I can chew on? Yeah, he's jumping everywhere. I don't doubt he's going to... So Adam, hopefully he'll tire himself out in a moment. And he sees a coin over there. So here's what I was saying. You used to be able to click right here and then it would show you everyone's name and little icon. So they had to reprogram that it would just show generically Nicol Bolas. But it used to say people's names and icon, and that's so annoying they removed it. It was just a little way to show that we were all... And this is weird too, because it shows us here... it shows us as the generic icon here, but then when you click it here, it shows us everyone's Nicol Bolas. That's dumb. And then it shows me here as Chandra. I'm not Chandra. This is so weird. They reprogrammed it so weird. It's just a minor thing, but that's weird. Anyway, pack 2. We're kind of going with black-white at the moment. Here's the new dog that draws you a card. People love that one. That's the saddest card in the whole set there, Tamio's completion. So, spoiler alert, Tamio has been infected by the Phyrexians, and that's the card that depicts her transformation. So sad. Hi, I see. I've seen this Ishin been passed on 2 different packs, so it looks like people don't want that card. This is cool art on this. Wiley Beckert is an artist that she's been making art for Magic recently, and I've been enjoying it. It gives me a little bit of a vibe of Andy Russi from back in the day. I think last week there was an event you could play for free. You can play 1 draft of Kamigawa for free. And on that one, I played it a little bit, and I think it was a vehicle deck. It worked pretty well. So I think they should do that when the new set comes out. Give you a couple of free opportunities to play with draft. Because I remember when I first started playing on Arena, so you had to save like 10,000. You had to. I think it was first you had to save 5,000 gold. Now you have to save 10,000 gold to play drafts, and that's such a barrier to entry. So, if they give some free drafts early on, hook people with that draft, and hopefully they want to keep playing. So this new set has a lot of cyberpunk as well, so we have things like Network Terminal. So these items in this pack 2 have felt a little less on theme for my deck, so we will see pack 3. But I think I've been getting some interesting... I think I've been getting some interesting things. That art is really creepy. We have a floating head and a samurai guy with really dark art. Betty Jang. One more card, and then we go to pack 3. Another one of these Aki Ronins. All right, well, as the draft goes on, how's everyone doing? Any plans for the week? Anything on the agenda? Ooh, people pass this Tezzeret Planeswalker. The cat is going berserk over there. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. Yeah, but then also you can do your own altars, like I showed you when we were in person. How I showed you that one card where it had Obi-Wan Kenobi that I made myself. So there's always that way too. You can do your own version of things. Yeah, that 21st key. We should see the new we should see the new progress on it. You got some videos coming soon. Cool. Your trip to Yosemite. And a remix of the tribute video. Cool. So now YouTube has their own TikTok clone, which they call YouTube Shorts. If you use the app itself, there's a button there to create a short like TikTok, and so you could do YouTube's version. You can select from the different songs and then do different things. Yeah, whenever that comes out, I'm subscribed. So even I notice nowadays that definitely the YouTube algorithm, even when you're subscribed to the channels, you don't really get, once you start watching a certain video, they show you other videos. So even if I'm subscribed, I don't feel that it alerts you exactly to the stuff I want to watch. All right, we're at pick 7. Feels a little slow. I think the first couple packs felt like they were going a little bit faster, but I guess now people really want to focus. Shh. No, they're two completely different companies, and they hate each other. They're doing their own version. They're doing their own version of TikTok. So it's just the one company seeing what another does and then wanting to do their version. Even Twitter had their own version of TikToks. It was they called it Fleets. No, wait, it was no. It was their version of Instagram stories. It was called Fleets, and then it lasted like a year, and then they canceled it. All right, so we're on the home stretch here. Okay, we got our cards. Well, it's time to sort them into something playable. First, I'm going to choose my sleeves to strike terror into the hearts of my opponents. How about this really scary, evil, creepy doll mech? That'll scare the opponent. And now we need to craft it down to... So we need to remove 9 cards to get down into proper range. That's not so bad. Alright, so we got Moth Rider Patrol. It's a 1/1 flyer, then it can tap creatures. Clawing Torment, it's a 1 mana enchantment, gives a creature -1 permanently. And cannot block. And then they lose 1 life on every one of their upkeeps. Bronze Cudgel, yeah, I don't want that one. I just had to add it to the deck. Iron Apprentice. Artifact Creature, so then a Saga, those are always good. So we have this. I don't really have a vehicle. I don't really have a vehicle deck, so we'll remove these vehicle focus creatures. That's a creature and a card draw. There's some removal. More removal. Ninjutsu. A 3 mana, a 3 power rat ninja out of nowhere. A 2/3 lifelink. So I don't really have... Okay, wait, actually, wait. This is the... Welcome back. This is... I picked all the cards and I'm whittling down the deck. We need to cut up about 6 or so. So whenever Samurai or Warrior attacks alone, tap a creature. Okay, so this is that one Hammer Skull tapper creature thing, but it has to attack alone. So we have these... We have these pacify effects. 2 of them. There's a 2/2 flyer. Okay, it's an edict effect or a... If something dies. There's a 3/2. If this is a 3/2, that could have menace with enchantments. That's an artifact creature, so that synergizes there. When things die, tap it, make some treasure. Another Saga, which is good. We have that big mythic dragon. Alright, let's remove down to 2. Actually, let me put 1 of each of these, and then from the sideboard, I could grab them as necessary. All right, 41 cards. There we go, 40 cards. Okay, let's give it a shot with this. This is best of 3, so remember I have a little bit more removal in the sideboard. I can pull that removal out depending on the opponent. I mean, I can pull it in and then pull out other things. But first we have Mox Cubic Zirconia as the first opponent. Is it just me, or has the opponent been doing more they go first than me? Bushido didn't come back for the set. I read the various articles that they put out, but also I listen a lot to the podcast, the official Mark Rosewater podcast. and he often talks about the sets and such, and so he was talking about what came back and what didn't and why and such, and he said that the he said Bushido didn't make the cut, that it just didn't work as well as people wanted it to work. And it's funny because they've been saying for years Kamigawa is not returning because of whatever reasons. And the they had to kind of hide the fact that they did have the plan for Kamigawa to return, but they kept saying that no, it's not actually returning. Now, that one was the one... That one was the one that... It weakened... Okay, it's pausing for priority with double green, so... Do they have enchantment removal? Is there enchantment removal in double green? So Bushido was the one that weakened the opponent if it didn't have Bushido itself, right? No attacks, okay. Well, I could Bushido in, well, by itself, could tap that out. And if those two trade, I guess I can live with that. It is pausing for a priority, so they must have probably a pump spell right there. No pump spell. Okay, that works. That's a lot of samurais. It got plus X when blocked. Oh, okay, so itself got stronger rather than weakening. I'm thinking then of flanking. Flanking was the one that gave them -1 if they didn't have it. Was it always a plus X or was it always +1? I thought it was simply always a +1 and that's why it wasn't amazing. Yeah, we can look them up in a bit. We have a lot of untapped mana. Not good. So I guess I'll put it on this big old creature and then they have to triple block. Although they're still holding on to some combat trick. I'm sure a pump spell. Oh no, okay, yeah, there it is. Fine, they had an exile effect. But I get to get a land. And it comes untapped. Okay, they're triple blocking that, fine. You want to take the, you'd rather take the 6. Oh, this is a bug. It's telling me I could have ninjutsu'd. It's the opponent's turn now, and then the animation is still saying, why didn't you ninjutsu? Okay, there, it went away when I touched it. But that was an animation to show that that's when you can ninjutsu. Recast your saga, sure. Still pausing for double green, that's annoying. No attacks, okay. Let's bring in our big... Well, we can flash cast it. Okay, we'll wait for that. We'll flash cast a dragon. Boseiju transforms into an 8/8. Oh no, okay. And then exile target creature. Ah, man, fine. So they'll attack with everything. I'll flash in this dragon. It's only a 3/3. Something gains indestructible. Yeah. Then if this dies... No, it's just, it's when it enters. Okay. And then a final Kami. Great. Well, that's got some great synergies. Okay, so I definitely need to put in the that enchantment removal for the next game. They've got a lot of enchantments, so I got to put back the enchantment removal from the sideboard. They don't really have anything like backbreaking. I guess Boseiju is mythic, isn't it? No, it's just an uncommon. Wow. And then we've got another exile there. Ugh, okay, so that is annoying there. And then attacking with all of that. And then a land. Okay, well, double lands in a row. Amazing. Okay, so we know they have a lot of enchantments, so let's put... This is me being paranoid, because I removed the enchantment removal out of the deck. It then auto-paired me versus an enchantment-heavy deck. And, now I can sideboard into it. Alright, let's go to round 2. I put in more removal, more enchantment removal. The opponent's got a lot of enchantments going on. So I put back in the enchantment removal. And they were able to bounce, at least I also get to go first. And I was able to... I forgot what I was going to say. 1/1 Death Touch. There's a 3-2. So ideally here, all right, that'll work perfectly. Give that a +1. Attacks alone, taps them down. They can attack, that's got lifelink. I'll have that interception. That's a 5-6, great. Their deck is so synergistic. Look at how synergistic that is. And then next turn, Intercessor's Arrest to try to lock it down. One top, one bottom. Whoops, I should have read that better. I should have put the life link on my 4-3. Their deck's been very synergistic. They got lots of sagas and then ways to bounce the sagas back. Like right now, I think they have enough mana to bounce that saga back and play it again. Yeah, exactly there. Very synergistic. Or they just replay that card. Okay, I have that, which kills their 4-3. But what will be worse? They already got the use that they needed out of that 4-3, I guess. They have no target there. That goes to the third phase. Don't tell me they're gonna replay their Kami again. Yep, see, they're gonna replay it again. Completely synergizing. They're just gonna play it again and scry again. Okay, I'll play my Twisted Embrace to remove completely their first striker. Attack with that. No blocks. Gain 2 life. Yeah, I don't know if there were other I don't know if there were other cards that used to synergize like this, but definitely in this set they are synergizing very well. And then right here they get to scry 3. That's a very good card. You wouldn't think about it, but yeah, 6 mana that makes you 3 creatures and scry 3. Way better than you would think. Well, 4 plus 5 of a missing land drops. 4 plus... So I have 5 in total. That's about to flip over into that first strike. Hopefully they don't top deck anything good anymore. That's a 3-2. Okay, let's bring in this block. Well, yeah, I guess we'll trade here. We can flash in that 3-3. They did scry 3, so what am I saying? Of course they're gonna top deck something good. They scried 3. Yep, there's their combat trick. Oh no, ninjutsu, okay. And then they get to bring something back from the graveyard, and then they're going to replay that. Yeah, this opponent's really good. They synergize really well. That Scry 3 was... Everything they did was really good. They just synergized very, very well. Way more. My deck was more... doesn't really have good synergies, but was very good synergies, so let's move on. Those sagas get a lot of value, definitely. Every time they've had sagas, they've been good, it seems, but in this set they seem even better. Just a lot of value. And then they got those bounce back my sagas creatures. They're big old 4/3s, but also good sagas. But also good bounce back. The Wizard's Baker, that might be a an in-joke about the TV show Home Movies. That was a fun show. Did anyone watch that? Home Movies? It was on Adult Swim. It was one of the first Adult Swim shows. And the premise was that there was like this young kid Brendan, and he was he used to do he would record movies on his mom's video camera. This was animated, and he had so much ambition for his movies. One of them was called The Wizard's Baker. So it's such a unique name that I'm sure that's what it applies for. Alright, have a good night, Stevie. So there's that freaking geothermal kami. People love to synergize that. Okay. So the opponent's all about ramp. Three, 2 with menace. Zeus's many journeys, likeness of the Seeker. So that's a play on the Azusa Lost But Seeking. So we have a 6/5 Tanuki coming at us. We have a bunch of mana, 2 cards in hand, a 6/5 with trample. So I'm going to try to double block, or I guess I have to triple block, and then I can pass my +1 counter over to my first striker. You already used up the ability of your ninja there. And you have a vehicle, 2 vehicles, okay. Well, we need to ride this out for a moment. They have two vehicles. There's another 6/5. I think they changed. I read somewhere that a vehicle cannot crew a vehicle or something. Because see, now that that's a creature that can crew the... That can crew something now. So here's the idea. That attacks with a 6/5. That's fine. And then I will block that. Hit it. Pass that onto that. So that's a 3/3 first strike. I'll keep something in my hand just to confuse them with, although now there's a 6/5 that they could be attacking with, although I can just tap it down. Alright, so I can tap down their 6/5, keep something in my hand as if I've got another combat trick, and then if they do attack with that 4/3, I can handle it. Even if they attack with the 2/4, I can handle it. Alright, so put a +1 counter on each vehicle. Okay, great. So that's not good. This is not hard, is it? Put a +1 on target creature or vehicle. It's not hard. If you go with the 6/5, that's way harder for me to defeat, although I can tap it down. But they have to choose to awaken their vehicle before they attack. Okay. If they attack with that, that's got first strike, so I can take out that suit And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I can tap down their big ol' 7/6. So now they only have a 4/3 to attack with, which they shouldn't. And they won't. Okay. So then now that gets a -1. Enchant an artifact or creature gets a -1. Can't block. So what do I want to weaken? Let's weaken that. That. I can attack with that. So I really think that the keeping all of that enchantment removal on the main deck is the best thing to do. There's just a lot of enchantments floating around. Are you sure about that? I have no idea why they crewed that core if they weren't attacking with it. Come on, let me top deck something good. Five vigilance haste. Yeah, let's go to the sideboards. These decks are way better than mine. Another one of these arrests. Repel, repel. Torment. Not going great, but thanks for stopping by, Scout. My deck's not too synergistic. The opponent's is being way too synergistic, just like that. They're about to kill one of my creatures. They're going to hit me with Menace. They're going to look at my hand. That's very devastating. So nope, not going well. What about yourself? How are you enjoying the Are you doing Neon Destiny? Are you also running into very slow players that suck up your time? At least that had some cool synergy there. I edicted their creature and then passed the +1 onto my first striker. Now I've got a flyer as well. It's a 3/3 defender. So that's a 3/3 defender. So they probably will have a bite or something. They keep looking at my creature versus their creature. I'm sure that'll be some sort of bite or fight ability. At least hopefully it's a fight ability so that they trade. Nope, it's a plus ability. So then there's a 5 mana coming at me. But if that attacks alone, I can just tap it down and still do the damage. Been having fun with Red-White Magecraft aggro, the new metas of fun editions. Yeah, people were getting tired of Innistrad, right? On the one hand, it's funny how the how people get tired of things, and then and people want the new stuff. And since we play so fast online now, oh wow, we got a 7/7 with trample, amazing. And I'm one away from being able to triple block it. So now I'm just in top deck mode. I got a lot of mana, but let's see if I can get anything. Well, we have that dragon that can't really do much. I don't have any way to get rid of that artifact at all, so this is pretty much game over unless I get my creature that can tap down creatures. At least here I'll get an indestructible creature for a moment. Okay, that'll lock down their vehicle finally. Try to do some attacks now. Obviously, all they have to do is kill my blocker here and attack with their 1/4. Okay. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Alright, GG opponent. I think we have one more game. But yeah, this is not really going that well. I haven't looked at the cards enough to really figure out all the synergies, but we got one more game and then we'll wrap up this pitiful draft. No, actually, I guess that's it. Alright, let's claim these rewards. No, we have one more game. Okay, we have one more game. We'll try that out. Actually, I'm going to take a little break and then we'll go on. Alright everyone, we're back. Let's try for the... Oops, actually I needed to make a little change. Like I said, I needed to mainboard in all of the removal. Every time I've sideboarded, I need to put in the removal, so we'll just put in the removal in directly. And then the algorithm will pair me with an opponent where that removal will be ineffective. You know how it goes. So put these in there, plus this one. What's not quite working? Well, I thought, oh, that Thundersteel, I'll remove it from mine, but it worked so good for them. So what do we remove? We got a brand new subscriber, Scout. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I do streaming every Saturday, plus I've got a bunch of Magic videos on the channel. Really appreciate the follow. Let me know what types of videos you'd like to see. I always take suggestions. I always take suggestions from people and try to make cool Magic videos and other things. I also do videos on comics, comic books, and other stuff. So, yeah, welcome to the channel. What am I gonna cut here? I need that removal, and what hasn't worked yet? That's contingent on other things. And that, I guess. Okay, so we'll go that way. So we'll put more of the removal into the main deck, and then I can switch things out depending how aggro the opponent is. All of these games so far have been pretty slow, which is good. Not getting run over by some aggro player. Remember a couple of times we played on the other drafts and they were way more aggro. And that's going to be slow for me, and they go first. So I do have that lethal exploit for some removal. Did I speak too soon? There's red. What did I say? That the algorithm is going to pair me. Now that I put in more of this removal, it's going to pair me with some aggro decks. Gonna channel a land. Well, that's a 2/3, but that's only going to give it a -2, so that's worthless. We'll try to put out this... no, let's just arrest it right now because it's got Menace, so hopefully it wasn't some sort of Voltron deck. Obviously it would have been better if they already put all their auras into it. But it is some sort of Warriors. It's pausing for a single white, some combat trick or something. There's that combat trick. That's just until end of turn, however, so we'll let that happen. So 2 of these 3 twos, 3 of them, okay. And I missed the land drop. Okay, so... So I need to land a creature. Ideally, if I can get... Let's just so... I need to get a land, and I need to get the 1-mana creature, and then I can play that Twisted Embrace. They could have attacked with that 2-1. It's that it can't block. Nothing to exile, so missed another land drop. I always like these kind of abilities. -1, -1 every turn. -1 to the opponent every turn. Okay, finally I can do something. They still have 1 final mana. Hey there, Holy Terra 87. Try to get good at this game. Your dislike is super difficult for me, but I'm having fun. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Yeah, how long have you played? It is a complicated game. It's one of the most complicated games that has ever existed in the history of humanity. That's a fact. And how long have you played it? Because it's been around for a long time. Uh-oh, we got a scary 4/4. Got a scary 4/4. We had a scary 4/4. Now we're on a race over here. I'm dealing 4 damage at a time. They're dealing 2 damage at a time. Plus I'm getting the 1 damage off of that enchantment. Then he can summon that little doggy. What is this thing doing anyway? Whenever a samurai aware attacks, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less. So any spell costs 1. Isn't that reducing the spell? Ugh. So now there's 2 of them on the battlefield. Not good. Oops, but we got a dragon. Okay, I don't have enough mana. I've been missing land drops. Yeah, exactly. Holy Terra. Look at the very bottom of the screen down there, discord.gg/etc. Type that in exactly. Join our Discord. And join on the fun. Alright, well, I gotta go for it. If it attacks alone, it does its thing. And I got another subscriber. Thank you so much as well. 2 subscribers in one night. That warms my heart. Thank you so much. Let's see about a card draw over here. Come on, draw me something good, little dog. Draw me a good card. That's not a good card. Actually, that's more mana. More mana is more good. Okay, well, what I could do is I could double... Well, let me just do double blockers here. Not trying to get fancy with... Well, it would have been better, actually. It would have been better that I flash cast that dragon, because right here they could remove 1 blocker and then pump up that 1 attacker. Yep, that gives a +1 to that attacker. That's fine. Even if I double block, it's not going to help. Oh yeah, they're going to tap everything down. Okay, great. This is how it ends. Okay, well... You know, actually... I might be able to win this if I had... Never mind. Plus on that... What was that? Creatures you can get +1 until end of turn. If you control a creature, draw a card. Huh. Okay, well, here, if I attack their only blocker, this might actually win everything because I'm just going to tap down this. They don't have any blockers. I pass the turn, and then my enchantment does 1 damage to them. Okay. That was good. Got really scary really fast. So what do I have against this opponent? This removal definitely helped. Any other changes here? Not really, just need blockers. So they made a synergistic deck. They made the whole Warrior Samurai deck. Guess I don't really need any changes. We'll see. Oh, I missed this. You started playing in 2011 with a dual deck, but then you didn't play until September about Arena. Yeah, definitely Arena's gotten me playing a lot of Magic. My favorite format actually is Historic Brawl, but I also play the drafts to see the new cards. It's taken you a month, but you're on Silver 3. Congratulations. Standard is tough, so to move up on the ranks, that's great. So congrats on that. Moving up there. Exactly. It definitely means that you're learning. It's a lot to a lot of reading, a lot of cards to memorize. Yeah, it definitely seems like you gotta have a theme on this thing. So, okay, here we go. Arrest this human samurai. Oh no, 2 of those. Okay, guess we can just hold back a bit. See what else they play. If I tap them down a bit. What do I want to do here? I can just put out that aura again. Yeah, I don't love that, but the kitty wants attention, but I have to defeat the opponent. Just wait. Yeah, this is really good synergy on their side. With any human warrior that they have here, they'll just be able to do the tap down trick on me. So I can't even afford to put out a creature because they'll just tap it down. And there's the cat jumping on top of. He definitely wants attention. No, kitty, please. No. No. Let's switch over here for a moment on the full screen view. Look at that. He's like, I'm clearly playing, but he definitely wants attention. I can't let him out of the room because I'm doing work on the other room with my other computer, and he's gonna jump all over it, so I have to have him in here, but he's a wild animal. And the opponent, okay, anyway, let's tap that down. I've really gotten attached to red-green, also known as Gruul. They have these various color names. The various color pairs and such have various names. Gruul is yes, my cat. They have various color names. Their names have colors. Yeah, this deck is getting very synergistic. So what can I do? I'm starting to run out. I can't keep tapping these things over and over, and they don't have any enchantment. This is exactly what I said. Once I switched over to enchantment removal, I'm gonna get suddenly versus a player with no enchantments. Like, it is so transparent sometimes. And then all of these are warriors and samurai, so their tap trick is just gonna tap down my whole board. I need hard removal. I can't lock these down. Again, it's just... I'm just gonna have to build up something on the board here, but I'm gonna take a lot of hits. Just need to attack, not even waste my time with blockers. They're gonna triple block, they're gonna triple tap me down, so I just need to get like real removal, because they're snowballing. White and blue cards. I think blue cards are more confusing than white. And then we got one of those. Okay, everything gets a +2. So we're down to 5. Yeah, I don't think there's no way to get out of this. Let's move on to the next game. They're just so synergized so well. That Imperial, what's it called? This Imperial Subduer is just way more powerful than you think. Because even if it attacks by... See, now I see the light. Because I thought this attacks alone isn't as powerful as you think, because it's the one creature attacking. But now I see that even if the others don't attack, their ability still triggers. And when this one attacks on its own, tap down another creature, well, the other buddies are hanging out, and then it's their things are still triggering, so you get to tap down so many things. So I don't really have any good responses. I have all of the... I have all of the removal in the deck, but that first match was a fluke, I guess. Hopefully I can draw into good stuff. The only really good removal that I have is that